All right, so I was just correcting the fact that these nomenclature right here had inches and inches and inches, like 2 inches by 4 inches. And a lot of people, and actually we have some of them wrong here. So even this 6 by 6. We don't, I guess the best way I can explain it is that the fact that something is named a certain way doesn't necessarily mean it is a certain way. I always joke about the horse, like Napoleon's horse. Like, they say, what color was what color was the white horse of Napoleon? Napoleon's white horse. And you're like, well, it was white. It's like, no, 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 no. Napoleon's white horse was black. The name of the horse was white, but he was black. I am sorry if this is confusing, but what I mean is that a 2x4 is the name of a wood member that you buy. That's the name. The actual size is another thing. It's like if you said, I guess that's the whole point. Is the name, is the brand, is the name. It's a 2x4. But in reality, just so you know, when they cut wood, wood has a lot of moisture, has a lot of water, and that water makes it grow. Anything that gets a lot of water, even a shirt, it gets heavy and grows. But they cut the wood to be 2 inches by 4 inches, let's say, on this particular case. But by the time they dry it, which they use, I think it's a kiln or a way of drying it with intense heat, and it dries, or maybe it just dries by itself outside outside with the sun. Then it starts shrinking, and it shrinks to a point where it's going to be about 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. 1.5 inches by 3.5. Now that same measurement starts changing with the member. So a 2x4 is 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. A 2x6 is 1.5 inches by 4.5 inches. I mean 5.5 inches. My bad. It's half an inch less. But then when you go to 2x8s, 2x10s, and 2x12s, it's a quarter. Meaning it still is 1.5 by 7.25 for a 2x8. One is the name, another one is the actual size. I hope that makes sense. Like, for instance, this is a 6x6 wood post that actually is 5.5 by 5.5. None of these guys are really those sizes. These, and if what I would want you to do, really, to study these a little bit more, like, deeply and thoroughly, just nominal size of wood versus real size. That's what it is. Like, it talks about the fact that wood could be, look at this, beautiful. This is how you shop it. So a 1x2 is actually 3/4 of an inch by 1.5 inches. These are the nominal sizes, is the name. Nominal means like the name, the nomenclature, the way it is. The actual size is different. Same thing is for CMU blocks and brick. They're not the sizes that you say. They are a different size. Again, these guys also here. So this is very important that you kind of like keep that in mind, that there's a nominal size and an actual size. So I want to make sure that I don't want you to take a whole lot of time on projects that you already have, but our template has been basically duplicating something that's wrong. And you're like, that one, that's like not a big deal. It is a big deal. It's like a doctor confusing, your orchard IRE versus another IRE. Like, this is what that we do. This is our language. This is our communication, right? This is what we use. So we need to make sure that those things are. Now, this 2x2 by 36, well, that's 36. That's correct. Because the 36 is the size that we want the railing to end up being. That's different. But whenever you're talking about nominal sizes, make sure that you count them the right way. I would also argue that if this is being used for exterior decking, which is the case, all of them should be PT. That's a little added bonus for you. You cannot use untreated wood outside. That's illegal. So whenever we're showing these details out there, we're opening ourselves up for problems. So we're going to fix that. I'm going to fix that. And we're going to make sure that it represents the real sizes of things. We make those mistakes. I'm sure I make them. I'm sure like Julio has named something at some point because Julio, like we catch him, but now you know it, try to catch it whenever you're doing it, and fix it and make sure that it already represents the reality. This is our business. This is what we do. This is what we do for a living. So we have to, and that goes to the previous point that we are talking about. Clients want to hear from me because I know that, but now you know that. So clients want to hear from you too because you know that, right?